What up, though? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Had a very good conversation going on over there on Christ Council channel, and a few things got sidetracked. But I really ain't got time for sidetrack. Some things I want to talk about, and by God, I'm gonna talk about it. Ain't like I go live every day, so I got the chance. I want to talk. You know, so being that I want to talk, let me put this out here. I got a particular individual that I want to talk to. Okay, that's it right here. Hold on. Hello. Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure you see it. All right. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. I just put the thing up in the chat. So come on. Peace, Rob Best. All right. What's up, brother? I just left with you from over there at Kimmy hookup. Seeing what they talking about. I don't really knowing what's going on the other side of the tracks. But you missed out on the action packed conversation slash uh 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 man beating they who can beat their chest the hardest contest going on over there at Christ Council little hookup. Having a pretty good conversation, man. But I seen that it couldn't continue. So I said to hell, let me start my live early. Get it out the way. I gotta get up early and rip around my wife around a few places anyway. So I go ahead and kick it off early. So what's been going on? We're gonna talk about this war. We're gonna talk about a few things, man. I ain't got really that much time. It's early, so I got to about got an hour or two in me. You dig? Want to kick it? Let's see. Let's put it on the big screen. I said, I subbed to him, but so much stuff. Yeah, I know, man. See, I ain't been around. I ain't had my phone with me, or I ain't been around my TV, so I don't know what's going on, man. I'm trying to catch the ass in everything myself. A lot of changing of the guards going on, boy. This YouTube thing, man, is real. It's entertaining on all aspects almost, man. A lot of stuff going down. My brother, what's going on, man?
All right. I'm in.
Okay.
All right.
You I wasn't trying to shush you or nothing, man. I'm trying to
Oh no,
keep
no,
you
no.
calm,
Yeah,
right?
most definitely. Yeah, most
Come on
definitely.
now, man. Come on now.
No, no. See, because no, you my brother if you nothing else, man. You my
Yeah.
brother if you nothing else. I mean, there's too much love and respect there for you. I mean, that goes without saying. And because they don't understand the brotherly love, that's why they have to regard. That's why they have to resort to what they resort to.
But
You see what I'm saying?
listen, right now, see, I know you've been away from you ain't really been on this platform like I have, but now, man, I don't even them type of blows don't even sting no more, man.
Right? They don't stay right. They don't even mess with.
It's
Right.
like it's like let them people talk they talk, man. You know what I'm saying? We
Right,
gotta
right. Well,
walk
that's
our
what I
walk,
did.
man.
Right, because I just left them and I let them. I was like, well, can we get back to the original conversation.
I thought you
And
was having fun until I hear all this address exchanging and shit, and I'm like, oh man,
oh yeah, see, I wanted that because I want to know how real they are. So don't look for me because
no.
I apologized to them. I told them I was scared. I wasn't gonna show up. They wasn't gonna show up. So I told them they
Well,
ain't got to worry about me.
listen. The guy you was going back and forth with, he's a self-admitted troll.
I ain't showing them.
That's what type of stuff they do. You understand what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
They
right, right,
poke
right,
at you. They poke at you.
right.
Remember, they trying to prove Jesus to be a lie.
Well, see, you got
So
to
they
understand
poke
Jesus
at
Christ.
you.
Right, right, right. See,
See,
you got to understand Jesus Christ. See,
mhm.
everybody keep thinking he was a punk. He was none of
Right,
that.
right.
See, because what he did, like I said, if you understand, what people don't understand, when you come out and you go against, they don't understand the warfare that goes on. Now, when you go off and you threaten another man's life, that's something totally different. See, I'm gonna
listen.
leave that.
You
I'm gonna
just
leave
said
that
it
right
though.
there. Right,
You just
right,
said it
right,
though.
right,
You said they don't understand.
right, right. So, yeah.
We
So, right,
understand that they don't.
right, right. See, but I'm not gonna let you keep like punking me, and I don't say nothing back to you.
So
That's not how
listen.
it goes.
So listen.
Right.
If you can't really see past that, then say, hey, bro, you gonna go ahead and kick up a live, and let's go talk over there.
Okay, we can do that. We can do
Because
that. Yeah, because
I
right.
thought you was having. I thought it was. I thought you was having a good time. I
Oh
didn't
no,
know you
because
was
no,
taking it
because I
that
want to see
way.
how I want to see how serious they are. See, because you're gonna be taken by the words of your mouth.
See,
Just like
you
I'm not
can't
gonna say nothing.
listen. You listen, and I'm speaking from brother to brother.
Right, right, right,
You
right,
can't really go off what those people say, man. Those people ain't in it for the same reasons we in for it.
right,
You feel what I'm saying? We
right.
in it to try to have a person to lift up an eyelid. You
And
feel
that's
what I'm
gonna be
saying?
done. Right, and that's gonna be done. Right.
They in it to do something totally different than that. They get their kicks off doing other things like poking the bear.
Uh-huh.
You
But
see
you
what
ain't
I'm
poking
saying?
up this bear, right? You ain't poking up this bear because when this bear show up to you and everything.
Your sound just went up. Mongoose probably pulled your mic out or something or hit the mute button. It don't say mute in here, but your sound went out. Or go out and come back in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go out and come back in, Mongoose. But yeah, once I seen we couldn't get back to square one, it's like okay. But Mongoose understand why I'm trying to keep him calm. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with who's the toughest or none of that stuff. Hey, sweet tea, say something, Mongoose. You in here, but your mic ain't on. I don't know what it is. Slapper don't know what's going on. I know what's
I
going on.
don't.
And I hear you now, man. I don't know what you're
You hear me
doing. You
now?
gotta calm down over there, man. Calm down.
I'm not doing anything.
You over there talking with your hands. You know what I'm saying? Moving your hands around. You know what I'm saying? And boom, hit that chord, man.
That quarter is too fragile. It should be hitting.
Look at this, man. Now you in here talking to me, and
Right.
another yo, what's the name coming here? Another mongoose thing coming here.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Now it sounds like it
What's been
has.
up? Oh, all good, all good.
It's
Yeah,
tripping out
we
on
all good, sweetie.
me. It's
Appreciate
going
you
on with
asking.
getting something else. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's still getting me to. It's tripping out on me. I'm talking about the website. It's tripping out on me.
Oh, well, I can hear
It,
you now. I don't know what it was doing, but you was talking. You was in the mid talking. It hit you.
Well, it has to be loading back on to come into the chat room.
I can hear you. Just keep on doing.
Yeah.
Just keep on talking until it cuts you off again.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
don't want.
Everybody can hear you.
Okay, I don't want to cut me off. I want to.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying just in
Okay.
case it do, just keep on flowing. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. I'm not. I'm not. I'm about to enter the studio again.
I don't know how that's doing that, man. If you already in here,
All right.
just go with
Now.
it from where it said. Don't even worry about
Okay.
entering the studio. You already
All right,
here.
now I
I'm
got. All
looking
right.
at
Now I
you on
got
my
to echo.
screen.
Now I got to echo.
You got echo. Hold up. I'll mute the other one you just had come in. Okay, how about now?
Okay. Now my mic went.
I can hear you. Say something.
Okay. Testing. Testing.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, but on here it says the mic
Don't
is
worry
muted.
about on that, brother.
Okay.
Flow. Get that
All
flow.
right.
Get them bars off.
All right. Copy that.
You did.
All right. What was you talking about?
I was telling you how you can't really, you taking what these people say at face value. See, the whole mission is you got to understand we're kicking it with atheists. The atheists don't feel your point of view. So when they get to the point where you feel like they feel like you think you know this and that, once you get to explaining yourself, they poking at you just to see how far you gonna let it go. It ain't nothing, they had the conversation with you the other day, but it got cut off somehow. You had to leave, you had to go to work. So they just like trying to, and not they, Slapper was looking forward to talking to you. Yeah, he got big, bad, and huffy and puffy, but trust me, he said he wasn't trying to he wasn't trying to go there. He was just poking at you just to see where your head was at. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to take what these people. You can't take what these people say at face value. You got to remember we own the internet. Everybody tough. Nobody's broke. I'm the only broke person online. Uh,
No, I ain't. I still owe child
self-admitted.
support. I
We
still owe
got
child.
millions. We got millions of us on here. But as
Yeah.
far as
Okay.
as far as admitting it, me,
All right.
but you can't get thrown off the mission. The mission is just try to open up one eye, and we can't open up no eyes having a phallic who got the biggest phallic contest. You understand what I'm saying? All that shit is a waste of time and energy, man. It's just a waste of time, man. And you shouldn't be getting all hyped up like that if you ain't having no fun, or if you is having fun. We got to keep it at a minimum right now. You know what I'm saying? We still in the woods. We ain't got out the woods yet. You feel me? You understand where I'm coming from, right? Mongoose. Mongoose. Hello. Can you hear me?
Testing. Testing. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was just talking to you and you couldn't answer me back. Never that.
Can you hear
Never
me?
that. Yeah, I hear you, brother.
Okay. Okay.
I hear you. Go ahead. Was you talking?
No, no. I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. This ain't that, man. We on a whole different mission. I know you, man. I know what you capable of. I know how you ride. All of that ain't important. All of that ain't important, man. You feel me? We supposed to be the breath of fresh air. Everybody go through what they go through. We supposed to be that something different that come along, that whole different conversation piece.
Copy
And
that.
the, and
Copy
the
that.
second we feed off into how they coming at us, that's when we lose. Now, see, Slapper, you can actually go back and forth with him on some like you was Tip, but see, you should have drew the line at all that pull up stuff. See, he's a troll. He gonna tell you to go to the highest mountain and tell you to meet him there, and you gonna take your ass way to that highest mountain. He gonna be at home laughing at you. You feel what I'm saying?
Almost definitely. That's why I told him to give the address.
That's
I want to know you for real.
That's I just want you to
Right.
listen to me on this type of
Right.
stuff, bro. You know
And
I ain't.
see, when I brought the address out, you know what I'm saying? He had to think of something first before, you know, he came out with another one.
No, see the thing is, this is what he do. This is what he
No, see,
do.
because when I was putting the address in and I wanted the zip code and everything else, it was
Yeah.
coming up, but it wasn't coming up to like a home address. None of that was coming up.
Oh well, no. See, that's what I'm saying. All that from the get go, from the rooter to the tutor, was just a waste of time.
Right. But you
A waste
already
of
know me
time.
because I put it in for real.
Yeah, but see, come on now. You
No,
can't
see,
be
but they
you can't
don't
be
know
on
me.
both sides of the fence. Now you got to choose a side,
Right.
brother.
I want to see if he's for real.
I
That's all
thought
I
you was
wanted
on
to
my
know.
side, brother. You supposed to be on my
Right.
side.
But that's well, you
Come
know, I'm
on
gonna
now.
listen to you. You already know I'm gonna listen to you.
Well, come
So
on, man.
you already told me don't do it. So you already
That
said
ain't
that,
where it's at.
and that's why I apologize. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm that punk, I'm that girl, do whatever. Now, can we get back to the original conversation?
But
And we could never get back to the original conversation. They
listen.
want to talk
See
about why was I rubbing my titty and all of that.
what
They
these
wanted to know
guys have a
why
problem
I
with.
call him daddy and all that other stuff. I'm
Listen.
like, okay, well,
What
I
these
see where y'all going. Y'all never wanted to get back to the conversation. Y'all never wanted a decent conversation.
Can you
I
hear
said,
me?
okay, I see what y'all about.
Can you hear
You
me?
know, yeah, I can hear you.
See, what you have to understand is these guys, you know, when they talk, they cut us off, right? But they don't like when we cut them off. You got to let them talk.
Right,
You got to let them exhaust themselves
right.
and get everything they say out the way, and then you elaborate. That way, you ain't got them saying, "Hey, you cut me off. You cut me off. I can't speak every time." See, we got to let them exhaust themselves, get finished saying everything they need to say, and then come back with the response. That's how the conversation works. And then they can't nobody use that against you.
Really, the stuff that's going on right now, I really think those conversations with them is really mute because everything is happening at a rapid speed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially if people don't know what's going on. So they really don't know what's going on. They really don't care. So, like I said, it's really asinizing to even conversate with them, seeing that me and you know exactly what's going on, and we almost know what's coming next.
Okay. Okay.
You know, simply because we know the scriptures and we just know a little bit. We don't know everything. We just know a little bit, but we know enough to look and see what's coming ahead. And they don't have that. They want to stay back into how do you know this? How do you know that? Well, if you're still asking those questions and your eyes are not open, you got to remember what the scripture says. If your eyes are open and their eyes are closed, the God of this world has their eyes closed, and your eyes are open because I've showed it to you.
Okay.
So everybody is not meant to know exactly what's going on.
Okay.
He has his chosen few, which is such as I believe is me and you, because that's how come we can conversate. And the people who don't know, who are still in darkness, they congregate together and they talk the same ideology. How do you know God is real? If you don't believe God is real by this time, and I'm showing you, that's why I asked them, well, what is Kemet? Oh, Kemet, you know, that's in Egypt. Well, if the Bible says I give you the land from the Nile River, which is in Kemet, to the land of the Euphrates, which is in Ethiopia, and that's in the Bible, you go sit and tell me, how do you know where the Bible is real? Is Egypt real? Is Ethiopia real? Is Rome real? Is Lebanon real? Is Iran and Iraq real? All of those nations are mentioned in the Bible. So you keep saying, well, how do you know that's the word true? How do you know what's canonized and everything else? So that means you're blind and you're going to stay blind until he open up your eyes. so the conversation is mute. And for as far as where me and you are at, we already know, and we're trying to catch them up. And really, it's time out for that, because if they don't know what's going on now, which they really do, and they talking about they read the Bible, no, you ain't read the Bible, because if you read the Bible, then you would know. You wouldn't even ask them questions.
Everybody doesn't memorize the Bible like you do, though.
You don't have to memorize them. You just go there and read it.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not doing this by memory. I'm doing this from what I read.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, not everybody has dedicated as much time as you have to reading the Bible as many times as you've read it. They've read it, enough times to get a basic understanding to what they can get out of it, and that was that. So when people ask y'all questions,
so this is what you don't understand. I didn't sit down and study the Bible.
Hold up, Mongoose. That's what I was speaking at you about. You got to let them get finished.
Okay.
We can't cut them off. We can't.
Okay, I deeply apologize. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So when we're asking the follow-up questions, it's not out of disrespect. It's kind of the equivalent of asking, how do you know 2 + 2 is 4? The reason you know that is because there's a math equation you've been taught to bring you to that conclusion. It was like a sequence of, ways to learn how 2 + 2 would equal 4. It wasn't just laid out that, boom, this is what it is. They actually give you a sequence. So when people are asking you to follow-up questions and you're just saying, well, you don't know and you need to set. No, we're actually trying to learn, but you're rejecting the information for the most part.
Okay, but I think I was taking it the wrong way, because when I go into explanation and I go into depth, y'all think I'm coming away from the subject. But if you don't know the premises of my answer, then how are you going to understand the answer? And it's not because now maybe I'm going about it the wrong way. I'm not saying that what I do is right. And trust and believe me, I don't want to see nobody lost. I don't want to see nobody die of unbelief. And that's the whole thing. If you don't believe, you will perish. And I believe my God so much that what he says that he has for us in victory and in paradise. And I believe everything that he has for us for those who don't believe. And that's what I don't want. I don't want none of those brothers to perish. Now, I may be wrong in the things that I say out of frustration or do whatever else, but trust me, I don't want to see none of those brothers with their souls or none of their families to perish. I don't want to see none of them die. I don't want to see nobody die. And I don't want to see nobody die because of not believing.
Okay, so let me piggyback off that. So if that's the case, when they come with these questions that may sound like it's disrespect, but you got to weigh it up. Is it a relevant question or isn't it? And these brothers be coming with relevant questions. They may put on that sarcastic voice or, that sly eye like they trying to be slick, but if it's a relevant question, it's a relevant question. And if you desire for nobody to perish, are they worth you going detail by detail? I know you try to do it. I know you try to, you know what you're trying to relate to him. You're trying to give him the whole object around the question so that he can understand what you're trying to convey to him. But do that after you answer the question. Let him say I don't really understand where that come from, and then lay it down. It's like we got to figure out the pattern because everybody different. We got to figure out a pattern that can work for everybody.
Well, it's as simple as if somebody asks you, do you like baseball cards? You're not going to go into the origin of how baseball cards were made. So the questions that we're asking, they don't need the origin story to it. They just need the answer to this,
valid. So when we get an answer,
when you start at the origin of it, by the time you get to answering the question, nobody's listening anymore.
Fact.
Okay,
So
when I give the answer on a lot of occasions, they come back with, how do you know? So if you
are they
come back with how do you know after I give the answer, then I go into, okay, well, do you know the origin of the question from which you asking? So sometimes, a lot of times, from what I do, in order and stop you from coming back asking another question, I go to the whole origin and give you the whole story. And I'm thinking that you are intelligent enough to figure this out, but it's evident that you're not. Because as soon as I come with the answer and you come with, well, they always come back with, how do you know? It's always, how do you know? Well, what make you think? When you
because
ask me a question, I gave you the answer, and you come back with the same question of unbelief. Well, how do you know? And I tell you, then you say, well, tell us without relaying the Bible. So I'm like, no, I can't do that because the Bible is where the answers are at. Well, how do you know this? So
so you
there's an
saying you can't
ongoing of
you
that.
saying the you saying you can't explain it. You can't explain it without using the Bible. Is that what you saying?
Well, I'm
Like
not
you
going to
trying to
explain it without
convey?
using the Bible because the
Okay.
Bible is where it's explained at.
The problem I got is you say like you had said that you start naming places that were in the Bible. So let me tell you, I got a feedback. Hold on, let me
Okay.
turn off the YouTube shit. All right, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So you start naming like places that's in the Bible that exist in real life, and then therefore that substantiates the Bible. But the problem I have with that is I can name stuff in the Quran like Mecca or Mount Sinai,
Well, you
and
too, bro.
those places actually exist in real life, and it's in so as in the Quran. So does that means that the Quran is the truth too?
As far as the religions that we're talking about, or we trying to
No,
get to the truth.
the way you substantiated the Bible, you started naming cities that exist in real life. Therefore, the Bible is real. But we could do that with a number of religious texts. Case
Who?
in point, the Quran. I just named 2, 3 places that was real in real life, as though they say in the Quran.
Yeah.
So therefore, the Quran is real, right?
To a certain extent, yeah. Because I told you, just like I explained to, if you allow me to explain it, just like I explained to KC what a lie was. A lie is 99.999% of the truth, and less than 1% is a lie. So the whole thing is a lie. That's what a
So,
lie is.
so how do we know that the Bible, the Christian Bible, is the truth, and the Quran isn't?
Okay, see, now you going with the Christian Bible. See, again, Christianity is a religion. The Bible, the original
All
Bible,
right, but
the
forget
original.
Christianity. Forget
Okay,
Christianity. How do we know
okay,
that the Bible is the truth and the Quran isn't?
okay. I
outside
explain.
of the
Please
Bible.
let me explain this here again.
Can I say this? Outside of the Bible,
Christianity, all of this comes from Mesopotamia. Holiness is what it was called. They named them Christian. They named them Christians when they went to Antioch. That's when they called them Christians. Christians means to be Christ-like, and we know nothing that was demonstrated from Christianity after the Roman general Titus went into Jerusalem and tore it down, and he fled into Africa, and they was tortured by Rome. And as soon as the Catholic Church got a hold of everything, we know we saw no more forms of Christianity, no more than the original founders or the original disciples of Christ in the first church, which was being formed after they got burnt up and everything else. When the white folks or the Catholic Church got a hold to it, it all changed because they didn't want to go into, and they didn't want to go into Jerusalem, and they didn't want to put those people in prison, which is those black folks, because it said the Christ looks just like them. That's when they came up with the blonde haired, blue eyed Jesus, and they said no, their God is white. Now you can find all of that out if you go to YouTube and look up Negro Land, but nobody would do it. You will find out the truth when I give you a person who died for what he believed in, because the Illuminati killed him, and his name is Stephen Darby. Stephen Darby's Ministries, Negro Land, and they will give you the whole history of Negro Land, where it's at, why they hid it, why the cryptographer, I believe I'm saying the right name, not a cryptographer. The cryptographer, I'm talking about the person who draw maps. Why they changed the maps? Why they drew over everything else? Why they have the Middle East when there's no such thing as the Middle East? Why they have Egypt out into the Middle East, as they call it, and Christ came from the Middle East when Egypt has never went anywhere. Now they has Ethiopia, and all that is in the continent of Africa. It became the Middle East when they redrew the maps. And they put it into the contents, and this is what they taught the whole world. Because in order for you to understand that, you have to go back to the Bible, what was spoken in the book of Psalms. When they said, let us gather together and let's put our heads together and let's confound Israel. And let's us make them a nation no more among us. And let us what? Bury and steal their name. And we are the people that has been done to for the past 400 plus years. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we come from. We can't relate. Nobody else would take us. We say that we can't. We come from Egypt. But show me an Egyptian, black or white, that claims us. Nobody.
I think
all these Arabs that come over here, even those that come from Egypt, and me being in Detroit and coming from Detroit, and that is the biggest Arab community outside of what they call the Middle East. There's none bigger. And we have Jews and Arabs.
Like,
go ahead, Slap.
Am I lying, Casey?
Yeah, you on point. Go ahead, Slapper.
No, I think the question was more on the lines of like, what kind of historical evidence is there to prove what you believe, instead of like the whole history of it. So it's just like, you know, if all these things in the Bible were happening, there has to be some kind of reference to it, you know, in some kind of historical text or just any kind of early day history. So I think when people are asking, that's the question they're asking, not, you know, what is it in the Bible itself. Like, am I wrong, Bruce?
No, that's exactly.
Yeah.
They're strong. Yeah.
So that's what we be trying to say to you. We'll ask you a question and you'll run away with it, and then we'll try to bring you back, and you keep on running down, and then you say, "Oh, well, they don't want to hear it, and they're not going to do this," and it's just
I deeply apologize. I deeply apologize about that. Yeah, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I deeply apologize.
Okay.
Deeply apologize.
One more thing, my goose, before you continue.
I deeply apologize.
I'm not more so concerned with what you believe. I want to know why you believe it.
All right. Let me give you another example why I believe it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in the Bible, my people had to travel with the Ark of the Covenant in the middle. Now, I want you to picture a clock, okay? Picture a clock. As a matter of fact, look at the clock, the round clock.
I try to jump in one more time.
Our people, right? Our people, or should I say my people? My people says people don't want to be incorporated with.
Mongoose.
Yes.
Mongoose, what kind of life experience did you have outside of the Bible that made you, you know,
That's Christ Council talking to you.
No, this is
Hey,
Slapper.
how you doing, Christ Council? How you
Oh,
doing,
I'm
Christ
sorry.
Council?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
All right.
this is Slapper
Yeah,
talking.
thank you for coming over. Thank you for coming over.
But we on point
All
now. So that's what
All
I'm
right.
saying. It's like, what kind of
All
life
right, we
experience
gonna
did
stay
you
on
go
point. We
through?
gonna stay on point. All right,
All right,
but can I finish?
What-
Can I finish?
I don't think you're answering the question. I think it was more like, what
All right.
kind of life
No,
experience?
you're asking a question, and I was making a statement.
I have at it then. You know what? You want to go on your long-winded journey?
I mean, I'm asking. Can I finish?
I was trying to help you out a little bit instead
Right.
of you
All
going
right,
down
can
this
I
long
finish?
ass
You
road
said,
that
how
you-
do I know and why do I believe it? And I'm trying to explain it to you.
No, that wasn't him. That was me that asked that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Okay.
yeah,
But I didn't know who it was. But
because he
all
was
right,
going down that long ass
so
path.
can I finish my explanation before I go
was
to
you
Christ
walking down the
Council?
street? Was you walking down the street and a bullet almost hit you, and like for some reason it did some wanted shit and went around you?
That's not Christ Council talking. That's
Yeah.
Slapper. That's
Yeah,
No.
Slapper.
The person who answered me the question, how do I know that it's real? And I went into conversation to explain it.
That
And
was
I
Bree.
asked, can I explain it? And I assumed someone said yes. Now, if I
Yeah,
was
that was
wrong,
Bree.
I mean, I'll take it back.
you're right there, but I'm just saying I don't think you're
Okay.
you're
All right.
aligned
So
with
can I,
with
so
the what
so
the
can I finish
initial
explaining?
question was.
So can I
Can-
finish explaining?
Only if you could take a moment to listen for a second.
Okay. Now,
Like,
in the
you-
Bible, when my people
like,
traveled in the
this
desert,
this is why you keep on dealing with interruptions. You're so quick to speak, but you're never willing to listen.
when my people
And you have to
traveled in
do
the
it
desert,
bluntly, like
I
assholes
want you
like
to
me
picture a
that's gonna
clock
sit here and just
first.
keep on talking when you're talking. So why should I give you the floor to even speak when you're not willing to listen to anything else but what you say or what you have to say? That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? It's kind of rude, isn't it?
That's
Didn't
scripture.
somebody ask me a question before you jumped in and asked something?
Yeah, but like I said, I was trying to help you with something, and before
You don't
came-
have to help me with anything.
but
Why did you have to help me? And the man asked me a
because you're
question
trying
and
to
you didn't
help
let me
people
finish
get to a higher place. So instead of you going on this long-winded journey of, oh, let me go and break this shit down, I was trying to get you to do it in a way that will us new age motherfuckers actually listen.
Okay,
to.
now,
You
this
got
is
it
what I'm
in.
talking about. Since
What are
I
you
can't
talking-
finish
you
the
gotta
conversation,
answer
I'll
to
go
your
ahead and let
question,
him
right?
speak.
You're
Go ahead,
worried about
go ahead,
the
Christ
wrong
Council.
shit.
Go
You
ahead.
just asked the question. You
That's
got to
not
answer.
Christ
Go ahead,
Council.
Christ
Run down the
Council.
road with some
Go
other
ahead.
shit. Now,
Go
now
ahead.
go ahead, say what you got to say. But like I said, you're kind of fucked up and rude. That's why you keep on dealing with the bullshit you got to deal with on these panels, acting like it's not affecting you. You got the floor now. Go on, take the opportunity. Don't bitch up now.
I don't know if you ran out of breath yet.
Okay, well,
Keep going.
Praise, right?
Hold up. Let me speak.
Break,
Let me
break.
speak.
Oh.
Let me extinguish this before it gets
Oh,
started.
no, it was already extinguished. It's
No,
dead.
hold up. I understand. I
There's
understand.
no
Let
more
me
flames.
do
There's
this
no more
right
flames.
quick.
It'll get started back up if a motherfucker try to speak for a grown ass
My-
man. But
Mongoose.
other than that, like, nah, this shit's expired. This is extinguished. We ain't got shit to talk about. I just want to
Mongoose.
ask a question about was he
Pertaining
going
I'm
to
ready,
the-
man. I'm ready.
Pertaining to the question Bree asked you, the brother is trying to get you to not put us to sleep. He's trying to get you to get to the actual factual, so that they can rebuttal off of it.
not even rebuttal? We just want to know if he just had like an eye-opening moment where
And
it was like
and
a
Slapper
fucking-
was trying to stop you from going
Hey,
way deep
that's
south.
what I'm saying. Was you sitting in a room and
you
got
know,
surrounded by a holy white light and started talking to somebody
He
that
wasn't
we
trying
can't
to be
explain here? Like, that's
disrespectful
all
to you.
we're asking, not the fucking origin story of the Bible.
Now, if I said that the answer is simple as the clock on the wall, he wouldn't understand what I was talking about.
Is
How
that
do you
is that
know
the
until you
answer?
do it though? Like,
Is that
why
the-
do you
is
get to
that
tell
the
us
answer?
what we
Now,
think?
Casey, you
don't
already
get
know
to-
what we
you
talked
don't get to
about
tell
concerning
motherfuckers
it.
what
Am I
they
correct?
think, though. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes
See,
you can
but-
be
Yeah,
just
right.
as simple as you need
That's
to be.
another thing I wanted to tell you. See, me and you just knowing that's one thing. That's not good enough. Me and you agree on certain
Right,
things.
right.
and we
So if
disagree
they
on
don't
certain
know, and I'm
things.
trying to explain it to
But
him
why are you
because he
withholding
doesn't
information
he doesn't
based
understand
on
when
what
I
you
said
think
it's
we
easy as the
know or
clock on the
don't know
wall.
about?
He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
How do you know? You're not simplifying shit. You're
That's
just going
actually
down these
kind-
long
that's
roads and
kind of-
rants, and we can't even
that's-
talk to you in between them.
And
That's what I'm
that's
saying. You're
condescending
going down this
too.
long ass road before we could ask you a single question. You changed the topic like 10 times yourself.
And that clock on the wall is condescending, saying as simple as we should get it because it's simple, right?
See, this is a good bill.
Like he's in a fucked up way. He's telling people that they're not willing to do this or that, not even knowing who these individuals are.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day,
Again, he doesn't. Again,
At
KC,
the end of the day,
does he understand the clock on the wall? He doesn't.
If you could make it understandable for people, then they would have no problem going back and forth with you.
Now, is that what I tried to do before
No,
before Mouth Almighty came in?
Instead, you're telling people what they're not going to believe and how they're going to interpret something or anything like that. Am I wrong? Or
Okay.
has he not been countlessly times doing this shit on the panel? That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you're not giving nothing simple.
Now,
you're long-winded with it, and then when we try to get you to simplify it, you
can I finish?
17 others. Go ahead, finish.
Can I finish?
Because you damn sure ain't listening.
When they traveled in the desert, the Ark of the Covenant was put in the middle, and all 12 tribes surrounded the Ark. That's the clock on the wall. That's in the Bible. Go read it.
So this is where when you came to an understanding that this is the absolute truth.
Oh, most definitely, because they tell you what, don't waste your time. We come from the 5th tribe, the tribe of Jubilee. Everybody loves to work 5 days a week. At the 5th day, you joyful. You work from what, 9 to 5. When you get off at 5 o'clock, that's a traditional time from 9 to 5 before they added all this other stuff. You only work really 8 hours. They added all 12 and everything else, but your original 8 hours to work, you see, after that 8 hours that you work, or 7.5, but it's really 8 because you work a half hour over, depends on what time you come in. You know,
So like 8 years
after
old,
that 8th hour, whatever time it was, that was a Jubilee time, because you couldn't wait to do what? Get off work. You can't wait till what? Friday come after you working 5 days. You couldn't wait for the weekend. That's Judah. We're the 5th tribe. They said we're the 4th tribe, but you got to understand, he had 12 sons and 1 daughter. That's where they keep coming with the 13th tribe from. And see, if you understand that, that's why you have 12, but they make everything what? A leap year or a daylight saving time, where you have a year, or you have an hour ahead or hour behind, or you have a leap year when you have an extra day in the extra month. God being even, they put an extra day at the end of most of all of these months. Not all of them, most of all of them.
I am so lost right now.
And they even switched and they did the new year. How can the new year be in the winter when everything is hibernating? The
What
new
does
year
this have
is
to
in
do with
March, when everything is springtime, when you spring forward. That's a new year, when you come out of hibernation. But that's in the Bible too. But if you don't read the Bible and you don't know the Bible, and you ask me about the Bible, and I'm telling you everything that is governed with you is come from the Bible. That's why you got to have 12 jurors, 1 to 3 alternates, because you got to have, you had what, 12 disciples. You have 12 disciples, just like you have 12 nations of Israel. That's the Bible. The whole court system is set up, and it's in the Bible.
Am I the only one seeing this? Like, I think you're misinterpreting the question. I swear. I don't think it's so much about the Bible. I think it's about you and like what you went through as a human being that said, oh, this Bible is 100% real, correct, and this is why I'm going to live by it.
Because the United States, as they said, was founded upon what? The Bible. Isn't that what they said?
No, it's not about you. It's a personal thing. Like
That ain't true though.
Like, why am I atheist? And I would tell you because, you know, I've never believed in a higher power. Even reading the books was more confusing to me than anything I could understand. Like, I would give you a reason why I'm an atheist, and power, even reading. That's kind of what we're asking you. It's just like,
well, see, I've already explained that. And when I explained that, people said, well, that was something they put into your head, and that was something that they saw, and that was something you believe.
Those people
and
were.
See, I don't have no time to go into that. I know what I saw. I know what I heard. I know who I spoke to. So there's no persuading me from that.
No, but that's really the question that's being asked. Like, nobody's going to try to disprove you on it. They're just trying to figure out what it was that you went through to actually like see the light and go to the light, not what's going on in the Bible so you can see the light. Like, what did you actually go through? That's why I tried to give the analogy of like, was you walking down the street and a stray bullet went around you instead of through you like it was supposed to? Like, was there some eye-opening moment for you? So just take away the Bible.
I've already explained that. And when I explained it, I came out with the same answer. Well, that's something they put into your head, or that's something you heard, or maybe you were dreaming, or you see what I'm saying? So there's no need to even go back into that. There's no need to even go back into that at all.
But nobody on the panel said that to you.
Say what?
Nobody on this panel said that to you. We was just trying to figure out what it was that put you there. Like one of my homies.
I just told you. Wait. See, this is what I don't understand. You asked me a question. I gave it to you. I said, there's no need for me to go back into it because when I explained myself the first time, here it comes the same way. Well, how do you know? That's something that somebody put into your head. That's something that somebody said to you. And you dreamt on that and you slept on that and you believed that. So it says, hold up. The Bible says faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So if you believe all of this stuff that man has written, that you got to stop at a light, but if you don't stop at that light and you pass through that red light, that means you are accepting and you're going to suffer the consequences that's going to come if you get caught or if you cause an accident. Now, you don't see none of the writings, but you read the writings, what they read to you on that book, that they said that you have to travel with that traffic book.
Like, this
now,
is what I mean.
If they told you your do's and your don'ts and the consequences to suffer if you don't follow what is written, how is it that you believe that? But when it comes to the word of God, you don't want to believe anything. That's amazing.
It's not that we don't want to believe, we just want a better understanding. And instead of giving us an understanding,
what I tell you, I said, if you want understanding, you got to go ask of God. But if you're not asking of God and you denying him when he brings it to you, and the first thing you do is deny.
You mind if I chime in on that?
Just let him know I'm willing to listen as long as he is. Other than that, I'm going to get back to troll mode. Because at the end of the day,
don't get upset. Don't get upset. If you're not willing to listen, and I told you to go ask of God for understanding, because I can't give you understanding. Only God can give you understanding.
This is the thing. I'm trying to follow you. I'm trying to listen to you. But instead of you doing it in a manner so all of us will follow, you just...
I told you I can't give you understanding. I told you to go ask of God of understanding.
Okay. Well, we're trying to listen to you, but you're making it so nobody wants to hear shit you're saying.
Okay, then don't listen to me, because I can't give you understanding. I can't give you understanding. I told you to go pray and ask God for understanding.
We would like to converse with you under your...
there you go again. Your ears are so plugged. I can't give you understanding. Go ask God. Go pray and ask God for understanding.
Man. So we can't have a conversation about your religious belief system, but we're supposed to sit here and listen to you spew all this shit out about your religious belief system. That's bullshit.
You're the one who wants to find out, because I know mine. You're the one who doesn't know.
We would enjoy being able to converse,
because you have no understanding of it. And if you want understanding, go ask God. Go and pray and ask God for understanding.
Mongoose, I'm not going to whip my...
That's all you have to do.
Cut it out. Stop acting like...
Go and pray, God. Go and pray and ask God for understanding.
You can't even give us a reason to, other than book. No life experience, no nothing. Masterpiece. King Curl said at one time he found himself in a shitty place. He found himself behind the wall. He was there with some man that ain't never went through no trouble, that was there for a longer amount of time than he was. He said he went over to that man and asked him, how you been here all this time and didn't go through none of these trials and tribulations like none of these young punks and all these older heads is doing? The man told him, because I found the way. I found the truth. I got this book right here. And from that day on, King Curl started reading that book. And from what I know of his story, he told, that's what got him to see the light that he sees. That's what you're being asked.
Come on, King Curl, I've already told you.
Now, King Curl, am I wrong?
Well, that's his story.
I would intervene.
That's not my story.
If you wasn't on point.
That's not my story. I can't go off his story.
But no,
Make a couple
I'm
up.
just
They trying
giving
to
you.
ask you what's
I'm just
your
giving you
story.
an example
You-
of why we don't ask King Kuro that same question. We asked you that question because we're trying to find out with you, your origin story. What was you doing? Was you sitting at the kitchen table eating cereal, looking at the clock and was like, oh, this connection right here. Wow, this is eye-opening. Now I'm a true believer. That's what we're asking you.
If I told you how I got it or when it came or when the epiphany came, would you even still believe it?
Why are you running away from the question?
Because I've already gave the answer already.
then.
And when I
King
gave the
King
answer,
Kuro, can you ask another
again,
question and fuck it? King
here it
Kuro,
goes. That's something that you heard. That's something that somebody told you that you still believed
you
in.
haven't even laid it
How do you
out.
know that came from God?
But you
So
haven't
I
laid
don't
it
have to
out.
explain
Nobody
nothing
has
else.
no follow-up questions to it.
I don't have to explain
Nobody
nothing
can ask
else.
a follow-up question.
That
to something
question
you
has
haven't
already
laid out
been
for us.
asked.
That's
Nobody even said that shit to you.
like that's what I'm saying. Like
That
you're not
question has
saying.
already been asked. Now, maybe some of
All
y'all were
right,
not
well,
here when that
okay,
question was
fine. Next
asked,
question,
but
then.
it's
King Kuro, what's
already
the
been
next
asked.
question, man? This motherfucker, man.
You can get upset all you want.
Like, this shit is
And
crazy.
it's up to you to believe. You ain't got to believe.
But it's not about your belief system. It was just asking what road you went down to get you there. That's it. And you're telling us a whole
Yeah, it
lot
wasn't no
of
disrespect or nothing like that
yeah,
involved.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Nothing like
you
that.
told
Oh,
a
it's
logical story. And Carl, you told a real logical story of what made you a believer. And that's all we're trying to get out of him. It doesn't even have to be logical. It just has to be
it's the way. What you mean? What? It's the way I was taught. What were you talking about? So it's evident that I had to be taught by somebody, right? It's the way I was raised. Am I correct?
So it was your upbringing.
I mean, whoa. You just think I just dumped into this here, or was I raised by my parents? Was I raised by my mother? And what did our parents do to us? They drug us to
So the
church.
teachings were
Now,
passed on
even
to
though you was driven to church, it all depends on if you listen. Now, how long did you listen or did not listen while you were in there? What did you get out of it? When did you have the epiphany? So I'm quite sure through my conversation, I've explained how many times that's where I grew up. I grew up in the church. I didn't grow up in those streets. I didn't grow up in the hood. But I know the hood. How I know the hood? Because my brothers and them were all in gang.
That answer is
And my
so
brothers used to beat my behind.
Mongoose.
Yeah, they was out there with the DYAs, the Earl Flynns, the Barley Bishops.
Yo, Mongoose.
You know, they were out there with all them games. And my brothers would beat my behind if they even caught me near a game.
Mongoose. That answer that you gave was what we were looking for. Not everything else that you're attaching to it. Just the answer you gave. You was raised in a household that believed in what you believe in now. So you acquired it through.
But I've been and said that.
But no,
Y'all just was never listening.
we was trying to, but you kept on telling all these other phenomenal stories instead of just simply saying, "Oh, I was
What did I just say? I've been and told you the story, but y'all was never listening. Now, could it be when I said these things that y'all were not listening?
That's why we're trying to get you to shorten it up instead of going down these long roads. Because, like we said earlier, when you go down these paths,
Well, understand this here. Understand this here. Is this Crisis Council?
no, this is Slapper talking to you.
Oh, okay. So now check this out.
Like, hold
So
on,
when
hold
I
on.
explained
Like,
where I
I don't
came
think-
from, and people didn't catch on to it, I'm like,
because
okay,
you
well,
went
maybe it's
down-
time for me to go into a longer conversation or to go around,
No,
since they couldn't
it's
understand
like, you'll
the
be
simple
talking about
phrase
football,
that
and
I
by
did
the time
not
we're done
come up
talking,
in the
you'll be
streets.
talking
I
about
came up in
hockey
the
and
church.
nobody can
So
figure out
once
how
when
you
that,
get there. Like,
can I finish?
no,
Once
because
when
you
that
cut
was
me off. Like,
explained
you cut me
and
off
people
right in the
didn't
middle
catch
of
up
what I was
on it,
saying, and you want to ask if I can let you finish. Like, you're not playing fair. You're not playing by the
when
rules of
I
50-50.
no
You're asking for it.
see,
So,
you have to go
now,
all the way back.
I like I said to King Curl, this is his panel. I'm willing to be as nice and friendly as you're willing to be, and you're showing me that you're willing to disregard anything that I'm saying to say whatever it is that you want to say. And at the end of the day, you're going down roads that nobody really wants to hear. That's where you're losing us in conversation. We're trying to get short, simplified answers, and you're telling us all this shit about ourselves instead of just really answering any real questions.
Well, I'm sorry that's what you think, but it seems like when I put something
It can be
simple,
verified
it's
through
not simple
video.
because you don't pick it up. So, like I said, Won't you pray and ask God for understanding?
If you ask
Because
me
to
if
me, I
the
think I'm
sky
talking in the
is
simplest form,
if you
but
tell
maybe
me if
I'm
the
not.
sky
Maybe
is
me
showing light
talking
from
to
the
you
star and I tell
and
you
you
the origin of
receiving
the
it,
star,
you're
by the
not
time I get to the
receiving it
question,
well.
you're not going to be listening anymore.
You don't have to listen to me. Like I said, go and pray and ask God to give you understanding.
Oh man.
Just like I prayed and I asked God to give me understanding.
So
Just
what
like
would
I
be the
prayed and I
purpose?
asked God to give
What
me
would
the
be the
wisdom
purpose
and
of
the
me even trying
knowledge
to converse with you?
according to his word. I asked him of those things. I prayed and I asked for those things.
He ain't willing to listen. I'll be back. I'm not willing to listen to the bullshit for the moment.
I don't know what I ain't listen to it. I just told you to go pray and ask God for understanding. And I told you how I got mine. I prayed and I asked God for mine.
How do you purport yourself to be a scholar of the Bible when you claim it, and in the same breath you say, well, I can't give you understanding? Isn't that what you're here for?
Say that again.
Valid question.
Say that again.
He said, how are you saying, how are you here trying to help us understand? And when we ask certain questions, you saying we got to go to God. We got to pray to God. Ain't that what you here for, to help us understand?
I can't give you understanding. Understanding comes from him. I can explain it to you. And when I explain, I don't care how much I explain. Just like I don't care how much people read the Bible. Just like I don't care how many people sit up there and try to do math. If you don't have an
Understanding is a very
understanding of it,
humanistic
you'll never get it.
concept. God doesn't have to
So
do
you have to go to the people who can explain it to you, or the people who can tell you the best way until you catch on how to do or how to solve a problem. I'm telling you, and you're not catching it. So I go into the long version. The long version is not good enough because y'all don't want to hear
the
it.
long version. People get lost in the long version, and then your point gets
Exactly. But I gave you the short version already. I wasn't raised in the streets.
Man. You gotta
I was raised this way. And so when I tell you that, and people, only certain people caught it, some people didn't. Well, how did you get your information? How did you get this here? Well, I went to God and I asked.
But bro, when you agree that everybody is made different, you agree to that, right?
As far as what?
As far as everything, everybody's different. Everything affects everybody different.
I mean, because here's
But
what
that's what they say, yeah.
Here's what I can
Okay.
do. Right?
Okay, let's listen to the critique first. Go ahead, Stone Cold.
If somebody asks me why I'm an agnostic atheist, I can give you a very brief explanation as to why I am an agnostic atheist. It's because that it's very little to do with belief. I have not seen any evidence of any existing deity, and nobody has provided me with any sufficient proof to go on. And that's why I'm on this side of the fence here.
Understood.
Did you get a whole fucking story that came with that? Like, it's like, I mean, I got straight to it. You dig what I'm saying? I got straight to the point of what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah,
that's what you got to do, man.
Well said.
You can't have all this. We can't have the Gish Gallop. You know what I mean? We can't. We feel like, some of us feel like you're trying to con us a little bit there. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to bullshit us. That's just the way we're cut. Yeah.
Tried to say that.
And that's where that's where the misunderstanding came from.
Yeah. So listen, Mongoose. Basically, you have to build a rapport first. You can't just come in on here long-winded and expect the audience. You gotta give up something first. You gotta put some substance on the plate first. And then
I was never expecting an audience.
Listen, I understand that. I'm inviting this because this is like something like this, like you need to experience. This is something we need to nip in the bud. We should never revisit a question being offensive to us when it comes to this. I know it may sound irritating. I know it may prick you wrong, but understand this: Jesus didn't go hang with the people that believe. He went and hung with the people that didn't believe.
Now, since you said that, when he spoke in what? Parables.
He spoke in parables, absolutely.
Right. And what was a parable? It was a long story because they couldn't understand when he gave them the answer.
Yeah, but we didn't ask for a parable.
Exactly. Right. He gave them the whole thing. And it was always according to how nature was, how the garden was, how a marriage was.
And when Jesus gave parables, he was trying to give people understanding.
But
he had to go all the way around because he had to put an understanding because they couldn't understand when he gave them the straight answer.
Understand this, Mongoose. He built the rapport with them first. He walked amongst them first. You feel what I'm saying? They actually knew him first before he started kicking the bobos. They actually seen him do some things and heard about him saying some things that happened to happen.
No, because when he chose his disciples, he said, "Follow me." Jesus did no miracles. The first miracles that was done before his disciples followed him was at the wedding feast. But before that, he just called his disciples to follow him, and they followed him by faith.
So listen, did he walk amongst them first, though?
He walked among them because he was raised among them.
He was raised. They knew who he was, right?
Exactly, because all of them was Hold up, wait a minute. All of them came up with the same teachings, but he revealed the secrets in the kingdom of heaven. That's what they didn't know. So if you don't understand the teachings and you're not raised in the Bible and you're not raised in the kingdom and how the kingdom is set up, and you're on the outside looking in and you want to know answers, but you don't believe, how can you understand something you don't believe?
By asking questions.
And give you the answers and you still don't believe.
How do you know?
And we give you the resources to go to and you still don't go to them.
How do you know?
We tell you why and what happened, and we give you parables like the clock on the wall, and you still are confused, and you still like, what does that have to do with what I'm asking?
Why
Again,
does it sound like I said, speaking for us instead of speaking to us?
Right. If you don't have an understanding, ask of God that he gives you an understanding. And he will reveal that not while I'm talking to you. He'll reveal that when you're alone by yourself. So there's nobody else around you. He'll reveal that to you.
Why does it sound like you're speaking for us instead of speaking to us?
If you are sincere, pray and ask God to forgive you for your sins.
I'm supposed to listen
and open up your mind and understand. I can't give you understanding.
I just asked you multiple times.
So what?
Oh, now you could hear me. Okay. Like, dude, you're going down these long roads and it has nothing to do with
you sound like a echo. I got an echo from you.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, like I don't know anything you was just talking about because it didn't really have much to do with anything that could have been answered in very short term. It's like you keep on going down these rants, and I guess the simplest way, can you stop doing all these rants? Because we're not asking for that much understanding. We're trying to get simple answers and shit for whatever's asked. And it doesn't have to be you to answer the questions. King Curl, you could feel free to answer any of these questions that we ask. He don't have to hold the floor. I'm just saying, we just full of questions as non-believers. That's it. Like, other than that, like, stop telling us what we're not going to do or what we're not going to think about and all this other shit. That's what I say. It sounds more like you're speaking for us instead of speaking to us.
I don't tell you none of that. You can think whatever you want to think. You do that anyway. You freedom of choice.
Oh, man. I wish you could understand what I was saying to you. But, all right.
Okay. Now, me on the other end,
It's getting thicker.
me on the other end, Slapper, when it comes to that question, you know, I tried doing things my way. I tried doing things the way I was, you know, the way I was raised in the hood, you know, to do things. And I, you know, took other people example and tried to deviate from what they did and make it work for me. And you know, nothing ever worked for me. I always end back up at square one. But the moment I started applying the teachings of Jesus Christ, you know, everything changed. You know, my thought processes, my most of my bad habits, um, the way I feel on certain issues, because it was certain issues that I rose and questioned in the Bible that I didn't feel from the get go. And you know, throughout time, I got a little bit more information. You know, the longer I live, I get a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And a lot of things I didn't really agree with, I fully agree with now. So it ain't just like you know, just taking somebody's word for it, or you know, it was the way I was raised, which it was the way I was raised. But you know, I came to it, thought, you know, I knew what was going on in the churches, and I'm, you know, I always figured like, if this God, then you know, damn. And I always just didn't accept that as being the answer. So, you know, for one period, I didn't believe it was a God at all. For one period, I thought that Allah was God. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, different transitions through time. But when I applied the teachings, everything changed for me. And I'm like, if I go back, you know, I know what's waiting for me. I'm gonna be right back at this square one. You know, I told y'all I was at age 28. You know.
Yep. See, that's so much simpler. That's a way easier way to understand. That's what I'm saying. It's like you went through a process of life that led you back to seeing what happens if you keep on revolving in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Start applying something that most people won't apply, and you actually saw results from it. So you had no reason to deviate away from it. Like that's all people be asking with it. Like, hold on, while I got the floor though, I don't know why y'all got this idea in y'all's head. Nobody thinks y'all are punks because of what you believe, because you read the Bible or anything like that. It's presentation, presentation of man. If we see you as food, we treat you as food. It's just the way that the natural order works. Nobody likes anybody that's too soft. They be looking down on them. So don't think it's because of your religious belief systems or your belief in God or any kind of scripture you want to read. That's never the case. It's just certain things that are done make you look like suckers to certain people. So it gets spoken on. Other than that, no. Because like I said, look at the Hebrew Israelites. They don't read the same book that you read. They don't whoop ass in the streets when people want to violate. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't ever think because you believe in hell. Look at the Muslims. They believe in something completely different, and the radical ones are willing to explode. So, don't ever think it's because of a belief system. Nah, nobody here thinks that because you follow this book that you're, this righteous, friendly person that wants to help everybody on the planet.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
Hey, well said, bro. Beautiful, man.
I don't fuck with those people.
Beautiful, man. That's well said, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You don't know how powerful that was coming through my ear. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that's where your train of thought at. Because especially people that's been in it for the long haul, man. I'm a newbie, you know what I'm saying, in my eyes, but people that's been in it for the long haul, man, got some of the strongest people I've ever seen, you know what I'm saying? And some of them don't even have a clear as understanding as I do. They just believe because they believe. I couldn't you know, I couldn't tell you, but you know, like one of the brothers I used to study with, me and him was real strong on football. And of course, when I realized what it was, I told him, man, he didn't want to hear that stuff, dog. He didn't want to hear that. He was like, you know, like shoot me off. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, okay, brother, okay, you know.
But that's the thing. Most people don't want to listen to what's being said to them. But if you put it in a way that they can
Calls may be
understand,
recorded for quality and verification.
that's
To
what we're
use
trying
only
to do
your
across the
telephone
board.
keypad, press star 77 now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think he is mute.
To look up your account, enter the last four
Hey,
digits of your
Mongoose, hit your
social
mute
security
button.
or tax ID
You gotta hit
number.
that mute before you start putting out personal information, man.
Yeah,
You don't got it? Oh, okay, there
I
you go.
got it. Yeah, I hit the wrong damn thing. But yeah, man, yeah, that was pretty powerful, man.
They got no respect, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like just because we don't believe doesn't mean we're not interested in the subject itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we just ask questions based on how we understand and how we learn. That's why we'll give you a process of how we'll ask a question instead of just saying, oh, no, figure it out. So it's just like I said, some people go through a life experience that can put them, you know, onto that line of, you know, put them in the light. And other people don't have it. So they have questions trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it seems to me that when you try to ask the believers all these questions, they feel insulted. Like you're supposed to know all this. Like, no, we didn't.
Right. Yeah. And see, I know how that feel, man. That's why I got sympathy for that. I know how that feel, man. I was done like that. You know, I grew up in the church, so I know how that stuff feel, man. I never liked it that.
True.
Fortunately, I got to an accurate knowledge of the scripture, man. I know that ain't even scripture right there.
Mm-hmm.
Not to ask questions. That's anti-scripture, actually.
Yeah, but it's
You
like,
know?
how are you gonna tell people something is something without being willing to, you know, give them the information so they could understand what you got there. Like if I told you I made a car better than the Tesla, you would want to know front to back how that car was made and how it's better than the Tesla before you made an investment on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not just gonna go on, I seen the Tesla, I made a Tesla, I made something better. Like you're gonna want to see the proof. So that's all that kind of gets asked with any religion. It's nothing to do with just, you know, Christians. That's what we run into most of the time. It's just like we just want to know, like what put you on this path and why are y'all stuck to it where anything else? Like even if there's like a scientific proof behind it, it's just like no, that didn't happen. This is the book. This is the truth. It's just like to my perspective, it could be the truth all it want to a certain degree, but it was still something written by men, penned by men, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like there's no telling with the corruption of man how much they really wanted that to just, you know, lead the blind and dictate the world.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of stuff that happened behind religions, a lot of foul shit that happened behind religions while you're reading the same scripture that's saying that all this shit's frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those, like, it's not meant to be insulting or anything like that. It's not.
But see, you bringing up all that is the relevancy of these questions, how valid these questions is.
But
they're very valid.
But yeah, no, I'm just trying to get a better understanding because, like I said, I'm not trying to always be rude to Mongoose. It's just you're long-winded. Nobody cares what you have to say after you go to like sentence number 17. It's just like you could be real simple with your answers, but instead you're telling us, well, nobody's going to believe it and stuff like that. You don't know unless you try.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those, at the end of the day, like even what he said with the Bible. Well, if you read your Bible, you would know this. That's impossible to say because when I was reading parts out of the Bible, there was places that you didn't know, and I'm sure that he's never heard of. So you can't use that logic of I'm supposed to remember everything I read out of that when people can't remember 98% of what they read in a full 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It's unfair. It's illogical. It's just it's real one-sided after a while. Then he gets trolled.
I'm still here, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you are. I don't know where Christ went. But yeah. People want to understand, and it gets hard to ask a question if the person you're asking the question to tell you they can't lead you to understanding. It's like, why do you got the hidden information? Why aren't you willing to share it? Why do I have to go through, why do I have to go through the same trials, tribulations, and errors you went to get the same answer that you have? Like, imagine having to be the first person to find, the original parts of the Bible, and everybody else had to go find the original parts of the Bible in order just to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody simplified it for them. So it's just like, when we come with the questions, why can't we get it simplified? Why do we have to go through the same trials and tribulations? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's my purpose, bro. What you just laid down is my purpose. That's what I'm attempting to do. Because at one time, somebody was shooing, I was coming with questions, and I was shooed off. I was told to go, go find out on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I know how I feel. That's why I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to create a platform to do. Like, no conversation is out of the playing field. Like, we adults, and some of us claim to know more than others. Why the hell can't we have a conversation about these type of things?
Yeah.
It don't make no sense, especially when you know what you believe, when you believe what you believe, whether we're talking about politics, sports, what goes on in the hood, no matter the conversation. If you believe what you believe and everybody's sharing their beliefs, where's the hostility? Where is the ability to agree to disagree? Where's the ability to move on after the conversation? Why we holding on to stuff, and we supposed to be trying to get to understand different perspectives to look at things. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to offer, like another perspective. Like, people that believe the same thing. Me and Mongoose, we don't, a lot of stuff, like he was talking about the Black Israelites and all that stuff. I'm not with none of that stuff. I'm not with no, I've seen the rituals with the colors and how they try to make one color seem relevant. I see all that stuff. I don't play off into that. I don't play that game with them. I didn't do it when I was locked up. I was locked up around a lot of races. I ain't play that game with them.
People
nigga this, nigga that, nigga you's a nigga. I'm not black, bitch. You black to me, nigga. I don't get off into it. I don't even step into the ball field when it comes to the races. I know what it is. I know who these people really worshiping. I know who the world really ruled by. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I already know what type of trap it is. It's a big distraction. They not gonna crucify you, every chance they get and give you a whole month and call it, your Black History Month for no reason. It's a ritual, man. It's to keep you dormant. It's to keep you in a cage, thinking one way, they way. So I don't get off into it, man. I know that at one time in human history that the bloodline was relevant, and that's only because I believe in Jesus Christ. Once Jesus Christ, the promised seed, was born, all that bloodline stuff was done away with. The importance of all that was done away with when it comes to people that follow the Most High, or the Most High that's a tribute to the Bible. We don't look at that. The apostles put an end to that. Christ put an end to it, but the apostles made sure they interpreted it in a way that everybody could understand.
I get what you're saying.
But hey, he called Jesus his master. I call Jesus my master. And Matthew, when he sent out the 72, when they came back, they seen people that wasn't even with them using Jesus' name. And the apostles said, do you want us to go stop them? And Jesus said, no. So
See,
you know,
but
go
yeah,
ahead.
hold on before you go on. Right? See how
Mhm.
you just said that there? You saw
Mhm.
people saying his name. Like when we ask questions of how do you know, it means what kind of alternate proof outside of what's being said in this Bible can confirm what's in this Bible right here. So it's just like, is there a group of people that, was writing to and was like, oh, we came across this person here and, Jesus is the way. You usually don't find no information on that. And that's what we're asking questions on. It's just like, all right, well, you
Mhm.
got the book. How do you verify what's in the book without
Mhm.
nothing more than, so it's just like the stories that come from it. I'm not going to say they're false, but it's just like, how do you know they're not based on a true story, which, instead of them being 100% true, unless you verify the information. It's kind of like a birth certificate. You present your birth certificate and your ID and they verify it and, all that. So it's a database basically.
Well said, Bree. Wake up, man.
I think everybody knows those.
Yeah, Bree done nodded out. Mongoose and went to the bistro on us. He at the steakhouse. Mongoose, where you at, man?
You can be born into the church and spend most of your childhood in the church, and eventually get out. Like
Yeah.
you're not stuck there. Like there has to be something that caused you to like something to verify for you that this is the life to live. Other than the fact that they've been teaching me this shit my whole entire life, I just gotta go with it. No,
Hey,
when you
hey,
start
Stone
coming into
Cold, you
your
want
own,
to know something? Oh, my fault. My fault.
no, I was just gonna say once you start coming into your own, you're gonna start you're gonna want to explore more shit. More shit's gonna make sense to you. Less shit that you've been taught is gonna make sense to you. You're gonna have different feelings, sensations, emotions, questions.
Mm.
Something's gonna throw you off that track. So I guess the bulk of what we were trying to figure out was what was the thing that kept you on board.
Yeah.
What was that one sticking factor? I guess I'm high as shit. But
Fair to say though.
you got the floor back, girl. Oh, damn.
Absolutely, sweet tea. Salute to your mama. Hey, I told you, you always got me. Whenever you wanna, get away from that drama, come on over here. We gonna have a conversation with you, and we ain't gonna be talking about none of that stuff everybody else talking about. We gonna talk about something different. So listen, I know you guys like getting on the scripture and stuff like that, but I want to ask y'all what y'all think about the world in itself, like where we at. Do you like Slap? I know you be hearing me talk about what the world term conspiracy theories and stuff like that. How far do you go into knowing that the world is ran by a gang? How far, like, do that make any sense to you? Does that sound crazy to you?
It don't sound crazy, but it does sound like a story that people say because it sounds good and it sounds like they know what they're talking about more to me than anything. Because it's just like if you try to ask them, all right, what are some of these names? They can't tell you anything outside like the Bilderbergs and shit like that. Like they'll never
Yeah.
bring up the Bernanke's or anybody else that's in these textbooks and shit that climb that ladder. They won't mention none of the foreigners that like they'll just basically keep it American.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
just like to me, I'm not going to say they're not onto something, but I don't really believe the information that's being spewed around.
Okay, okay. Okay, Stone Cold, what say you?
Sorry, repeat.
Huh?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Oh, okay. Yeah, as far as conspiracy theories and the way this world works, what say you about how you feel about me saying stuff like the world is ran by a gang?
I kind of believe it. I don't. I have a very skeptical side about everything, but I also have ideas.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like there's a cult running this world. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay. Now, what gives you that feeling?
Just the feeling of all the evil that's in the media, all the evil shit that we get to read and see and hear every day. All the new laws getting passed and all the new scumbags finding themselves in and out of power. The change of hands, the influence that such a change of hands would have. Kind of like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And man, the influence he had. Has. I'm not gonna play games.
Right.
A motherfucker can still control shit from on the ground. He's running a shadow government. You understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of people. You got a lot of players. A lot of people do shit for him. So hell yeah, gang.
What say you, Bree? Crazy or
Think that nigga no.
Bree had that camera slip. You see that nigga eyes roll in the back of his damn head right now. On that couch.
Hey, dig it.
Okay, I just want to see where we stand, what type of ground we stand on. Like everybody ain't saying too far. Oh, Mongoose. What say you? You back? Can you hear me?
Nope. Probably out there making money.
Mongoose ain't back yet.
No.
I hope not. I hope he ain't, man. I hope he chilling. Going to grab something to eat. I heard the cars riding past and stuff. Going to get him a bite. You did. Mongoose. All right, well, he'll get back to it. Okay, I just want to see what type of common ground we on, y'all. Before I go any further, do anybody up here belong to a family or something like that?
Nope.
A family?
You know, an organization, you know what I'm asking, Stone Cold. Come on now. You know the language.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, pretty much everybody's family is tied up into this. You know what I'm saying? As far as where our bloodline come from and stuff like that. But I like to point out certain things sometimes that a lot of people don't see. And like make it notice, because it's like 90% of the stuff I bring to the forefront I get from the horse's mouth. And like Bree was saying earlier, I got to do a way better job with recording and doing all the stuff I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get to that, and I'm trying to learn how to do the videos where I present this, hit my, share screen and upload it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to do all that. So I'm like, I've been going, since while y'all ain't been seeing me, I've been going through like a nice little type of gladiator school trying to get to the bottom of this stuff, man. You did.
It's easier than you think.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning, man. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning that it's way easier than I'm giving it. I'm making it more intimidating than what it is. Mm-hmm. Way more bad. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. Maybe I'll get with you on one of your shows, Slapper, and give you a little bit more, kick it with you a little bit, man. Before we get off into our getting to know each other better. Kick it with you, man. I'm glad y'all was able to finish the conversation over here. My dog, he's older than us. He's much older than us, man. And I'm just trying to get him to understand what he's gonna have to endure once he step off into this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to bring him over and talk to him, but when I seen y'all was ready to calm down and have the conversation over here, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead along with this. But I just wanted to talk to him for a second on the dolo, but I want him to experience this. I want him to understand that when he says stuff like, I don't want nobody to perish, he got to be willing to back that up.
Right.
Because there's some people on here that really know what that mean and they paying attention to what you say. So when you say something like that, but when somebody come with these questions, you tell them to go find it another way, you just contradicted yourself, dog. Why should I trust anything you got to say at that point? So, I just want him to get the gist of that, understand that for what it is, and that way it's just gonna make you stronger, dog. If it don't kill you, it's gonna make you stronger if you decide to learn from it.
Should have just stuck to his doctrine. Left the heavy bag shit for the heavy bag.
Yeah, all of us experience it. He new to it. He don't be on as frequent, and he gotta, he dealing with some stuff on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So, I thought he was having fun at first until I heard the Addies being distributed. Then I said, "Oh shit, come on now, man."
Yeah, if you want, man. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Location, but got to use a little bit of logic with that. That was a real location. You can look it up. You'll see a gym right next to it. But
so appreciate you.
At the end of the day, I asked him how much does it cost to drive from Georgia to Boston for a reason. Because anybody that uses just some simple logic is not willing to spend $400 in tolls and gas. It's the point of YouTube shit.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Because right when he said it, location. I said, I'm not coming to Georgia. I'm broke, nigga. I don't got no money to do that. That's exactly what I said. Oh, not exactly.
Hell no.
Along the lines of what
and
I said.
And then you say you drive a truck?
So, hey, you could travel if you want, but that's a lot of wasted money.
Man, hell. I ain't moving that damn truck while these prices like this, man.
Hey, Carl. Carl, it's damn near 10:30 my time. I gotta get my kids to bed. Thanks for having me up here.
Hey, man, appreciate talking to you, man. Stop through, man, whenever you got something on your chest, baby boy. Sure. You welcome.
I got you.
No doubt. Yeah, man. I think Christ Council nodded out on us, man. He was hitting that damn bag.
Facts.
Hitting that damn bag, man. But I appreciated this conversation, y'all. I'm about to get ready and get off of this boy. Go aggravate my wife. What you ain't playing no video games, is you, Slapper?
Nah, not tonight. Shit.
You play? What you be playing?
Most of the time I be in the VR world.
You on that you on the PlayStation 5 though?
No. Christ on the PS5. I'll be on the PC for the most part.
Oh, you just on the PC? Okay.
I got a PlayStation 4. I ain't turned that motherfucker on the grip. After I got the VR, I was in a whole different world.
Okay, because I just got the 4, man. I'm about to get ready and I got to get up early, so probably about to get on this game for about a good, put something on my game channel for the next hour or so, if I could last that long.
I could dig it.
You did.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you for having a conversation, brother.
I ain't got no problem with it. Like I said, I'm willing to listen as long as the next motherfucker willing to listen. Or I'm just gonna go right into troll mode.
Hey, keep on bringing that fire, man. You and Bree, man. I appreciate y'all, man, when y'all be coming, man. I like to get stumbled up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all boys thought y'all had me on the rope the other day. Nah. Y'all ain't have me on the rope.
Shit. Nah. Jill, trust me. We'll have more conversations like this.
But I like that though, man. I like that. I like you having old boy silly ass over there too, man. That was pretty fun. I want you to set that one up again.
Chill.
Oh, well, he probably know I want him to now. He probably didn't looked at my upload. He probably ain't gonna even show up now though. So, but yeah, I'm on the next one, man. I just been busy. I'm trying to step my game up a little bit on here, man. That's all.
Could dig it. Yeah.
That's all, man. You know. But I be tuned in, man. I hit the like button and stuff, man.
I appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you again, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, thank y'all for coming through. Thank you, Bless, for showing me some hella love. Thank you, Mean Mary Jean, for always showing me love. I appreciate y'all, ladies. Thank you. Rob Best, all my guests, Mongoose. Thank y'all. I really had a real good time. I ain't see that time go fly that fast. Y'all had, me and my nice little clique, man. I enjoy it, and until I don't enjoy it, we're going to get down and get the business every chance we get. Thank y'all so much for coming through, showing me some love. Hope to see y'all tomorrow, but if not, y'all going to see me sooner than later. Make sure y'all subscribe to my my gaming channel. Make sure y'all hit me up, because when I'm in the mood, I'm gonna be kicking it on there, talking some stuff on there. So hit me up. I don't have my comments on the screen because I don't know how to do that yet, but I got the full screen, so that little ugly bar on the side won't be up. I got the full screen, so show up. Show a brother some love. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. And just spread as much good as you possibly can, and sit back and wait on the benefits to be reaped. Good night.